Well, the Open Labs were born in our alliance to connect science, research, innovation, and education with the local needs. That was the most important part of or role of the Open Labs. At the same time, we wanted, through the projects developed in the Open Labs, to introduce service learning as a new method of pedagogy and a way to get the students involved with the real issues of the territory and contribute through activities to integrate those in the curricula and obtain some accreditation out of it. Is some work that is being developed in collaboration with other work packages in a transversal way and trying to implement it as effectively as possible in our structures, in our CIVIS structures. At the same time, we also have close cooperation with the Civic Engagement Task Force that is trying to monitor and collect all those initiatives and activities that have the strongest impact, social impact in our territories, so we could define what is really the civic identity of our alliance and try to integrate that spirit in the projects that we are deploying and starting up from our Open Labs. This is not moving for the moment. Yes. Okay, thank you, Etienne. So the Open Labs were born as project incubators, as labs, living labs that could have the participation of citizenship and stakeholders, especially public administrations, SMEs, startups, corporations, and of course, the civil associations in developing these initiatives and actions that could address the 5 civic challenges that are the motto of our alliance. The first Open Lab was inaugurated in Madrid in February 2020 and was followed by the establishment of other Open Labs across the alliance. There were 2 pre-existing structures, similar structures in our alliance. One was the Open Lab in Stockholm, and the other one was the Brawl here in Brussels. And both work to integrate their structures in the network that we were building, and we succeeded actually in doing that. And they are actually developing and running the first projects linked to the CIVIS Alliance. So in total, we have been launching up to 12 projects up to now in different territories. And there are other, click there. Oops. And there are other 20 that have been pre-selected and will be launched very soon. Okay. We are also welcoming our newcomers, University of Glasgow, and hopefully at some point University of Salzburg, that I'm sure that will be interested in joining us and having complete the network across Europe, a solid network that could help us to transform Europe in many ways through new ideas and through new initiatives that could be built with the citizenship. We have a very nice group of speakers today, excellent speakers from the different Open Labs that will present their projects during this time. So I will introduce one by one later. I will also add that every Open Lab has its own Open Lab coordinator in the different regions. So I think that we may have the opportunity to meet some of them, the ones that are present here in Brussels. So one by one, let me introduce you first, our host, Etienne Toffin from ULV. So please, Etienne, could you tell something to the camera?
Hello, I'm Etienne Toffin. I'm researcher at the ULB, and I'm one of the member of the team of the Brussels Research Open Lab. and I'm really happy to host the this meeting to tell us about what we've tried to achieve during these past 2 years. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Etienne. Andrea Richo from La Sapienza, please. Could you tell us some words, even from, oops. Okay, so next would be Valérie Caragel from Marseille. Please, Valérie.
Hello? No.
Okay. Yeah, Valérie Caragel from Aix-Marseille is also here, and she is having some, well, we are having some issues with the mic, so I did the job for you. So Marlene Mulio from Athens, please, go ahead. Well, thank you very much. And I don't think we have Ivar for the moment. Okay, so that's all. Well, they are really the main responsible.
I'm sorry, we cannot hear anything.
Okay.
We missed all three representatives. I think you have to open their microphones. Thank you.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, we were introducing the Open Lab coordinator. Sorry, it was too difficult because they are in the audience and the mic was different. So probably at some point there was some issues with the sound. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that they are really the main responsible people for this to happen. You know, this has been a common work of the task force of the Open Labs, and it's very important to remark this because without their help, it would be impossible to develop really the network. So thank you very much to all of you. The network now is pretty solid, as I mentioned. It's formed by 8 running Open Labs, and it will include perhaps 2 more in a few months, let's say. And it's geographically distributed across Europe with very solid roots in each territory. So it's a perfect platform to develop common activities, joint activities among them. And that's why we are working right now in a different kind of project, aside this territorial oriented project that we have already launched. We are developing a new concept of project, transnational one, that could deploy the capabilities of the whole network at the same time during a short period of time to answer to or to give response to some of the needs of the different territories that are common to all of them. And in this case, we are working in a very important and recent problem about migration and refugees. We are these days trying to give a final structure to the project and include activities in the different territories through the help of the Open Lab coordinators and the Civic Engagement Task Force. That's all on my side. I think now it's time to hear the main characters of the projects. We can start from one project in Aix-Marseille that is going to be presented by Nicolas Allard, a project entitled Smart and Civic Port Marseille, a citizens think tank for transformation of the port area. It's my pleasure to introduce Nicolas. Nicolas, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So please go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right. So we have a video that was sent to you. Do you want to play it or should I do it?
Etienne? Okay, we'll play.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Why did we decide to apply to Open Labs by CIVIS Space? Because we believe that Marseille sports must be more accessible to all citizens of our city.
Dialogues between citizens, politics, professionals of the port have shown that the city and the port are two worlds apart. Citizens want to access the port, an area which is at the moment not accessible to all, and participate in reshaping it.
We have now decided to create a real innovative design thinking process of smart and civic ports by capitalizing on past experience of night smart challenges and by involving different stakeholders that are different representatives of the civil, economic, and industrial society. The process that will actually contribute to both the economic development and the social innovation of our territory.
Sorry, we can't really hear anything.
The design thinking
No.
process
Maybe can you fix the audio?
has citizens and professional port operators.
You have
In
to
order
share it.
select among the projects proposed,
I have to
the
share.
most cost-effective
the
and
sound.
desirable ones are a steering committee, including local stakeholders such as the City Council, the Metropolis,
Yeah.
the Port Authority, and Aix-Marseille University, will plan our next move in shaping our future smart and civic port of Marseille.
Okay, it seems that the sound is not working properly online.
Let's
Here.
I think you speak there. Just remove this microphone.
Okay.
I think it's more than difficult.
It's creating some issues. Okay.
So none of you have listened in as listened anything from the video.
No.
No.
No, we cannot hear.
Okay, let's try once again. Can you hear something?
No.
Why did we decide?
Ah,
We need to share the sound, but I don't know how to do it.
how to
in-
share the sound. Oh gosh. Ah, that's it. Share the audio.
Right, share the audio. Exactly. Yeah. Partager el audio.
Sharing my.
Otherwise, we can try to have the author
To
sharing his
apply
screen
to
with.
Open Labs.
Okay, thanks. It works.
Why did we decide to apply to Open Labs by CIVIS first phase? Because we believe that Marseille sports must be more accessible to all citizens of our city.
Dialogues between citizens, politics, professionals of the port have shown that the city and the port are two worlds apart. Citizens want to access the port, an area which is at the moment not accessible to all, and participate in reshaping it.
We have now decided to create a real innovative design thinking process of smart and civic port by capitalizing on past experience of night smart challenges and by involving different stakeholders that are different representatives of the civil, economic and industrial society. The process that will actually contribute to both the economic development and the social innovation of our territory.
So what can be expected now, are you asking? In the design thinking process, we will involve students as well as citizens and professional port operators in order to select among the project proposed the most cost-effective and desirable ones are a steering committee, including local stakeholders such as the City Council, the Metropolis, the Port Authority, and Aix-Marseille University will plan our next move in shaping our future smart and civic port of Marseille.
Beautiful initiative. I don't know, Nicolas, if you want to add something to the video.
Not really, but if there are some questions, I can fully answer them, of course.
There's no real time for questions, unfortunately.
Maybe
but perhaps they can contact you at some point if they want to get some more info.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, Nicolas, anyway, for your presence here today and for the video, of course, and to all contributors as well. Let me introduce now another Open Lab coordinator that was not here before. I didn't have the chance to introduce him first. It's Ivar Björman, Executive Director of the Open Lab in Stockholm. Clearly, he has played a very leading role in our alliance and the deployment of the network. Especially at the beginning, we had the chance to learn a lot from their activities there in Stockholm. And now we are lucky to have him here and present especially the project called Mobility Hub related to sustainable mobility. So please, Ivar, can you move forward?
You have the video. And,
you have the video?
Yeah,
okay.
There's a video, but I can tell introduction short. Yes.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah,
short.
If you were.
Sorry, I came a little late. But
yeah, yes.
Here, but this is a call that we did in the CIVIS project. So we did a call for our master students who are working 20 weeks each semester on a challenge from our partners, stakeholders, which is the city of Stockholm and the region of Stockholm. So these are one of the projects that we selected to continue working with the project. And luckily, that's the Stockholm region, which is responsible for all the public transport in Stockholm. And luckily, the students, they got hired as internship, thanks to this call, to this possibility to finance through CIVIS. So we are very happy, and that's the first time we got an internship that from our public stakeholder partners. So I think we just show it.
Let's see the video. Thank you very much, Ivar. Go ahead.
Hi, welcome to Open Lab Stockholm. My name is Ivar Björkman. I'm the director here at Open Lab. Today, we're going to hear more about one of our projects that we have been financing through a CIVIS call and for our master students. And this project is a challenge that comes from one of our stakeholders, the region of Stockholm.
We are the Micro Mobility Hub Network Group, and we have been working with a challenge that has been given to us by a public transport authority. And the goal was to reduce private car usage, specifically in suburban areas, with the ultimate goal to reduce carbon emissions. And now the three of us are doing an internship with the public transport authorities.
At the moment, we want to organize a workshop where we use customer journey as a method. And our aim is to understand how the citizens travel, what are their travel patterns. So we want to ask straight from them.
We are hoping that by asking the citizens about what they want and what they need, that they feel heard rather than just told to cut down their private car driving. And we hope that this approach could lead to a higher acceptance and then as a result also a higher usage of the system. By approaching the locals and asking them about their needs and their desires, as we plan to do with the workshop, we want to provide a tailor-made solution for each individual suburban community, rather than trying to force one solution on every single area and on every single community.
We have learned a lot and learning all the time more and more. Maybe we could say the obstacle is maybe the bureaucratic, very complex system that these public institutions have. So the decision making is much slower than in private sector.
There's a big gap between theory and practice and real life. It's like the three of us, we feel that this course gave us the opportunity to actually feel that theory and practice were in the same place.
This network that we have been talking about at the moment is a rather new thing. And to have one connection point that combines all the different interests and the different approaches of all the different actors, like public transport authorities, private companies, or municipalities, that requires a new business model that doesn't exist yet, at least not in Sweden. And we hope that we find a solution to that in the future, and that we are able to combine all those different interests and approaches to then move forward together in one direction.
Great initiative, like all of them. Well, right now, let's move to the University of Tübingen. I'd like to thank Elena Barr for her help in deploying the Open Lab there, the Open Lab coordinator for the University of Tübingen. And I'm very happy to introduce their speaker today, Ugur Gejik, a PhD student at the university, who is going to present the project Inclusion, Aging, and Care as a Social Change. So Ugur, I think you are going to share your screen.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes, and I need the rights for that. I don't have them right now.
Okay, Etienne is going to help us.
Yes. I hope you can see it.
Yes.
All right, so wait. All right, so first, welcome. Thank you very much. From our side, from the University of Tübingen, we started it this semester, the Open Lab, so we're pretty small compared to the other ones. But not when we go right now to the, can you see it when I'm switching it?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Do you see it right now?
We see your mouse.
It's completely gray.
It seems you haven't shared the right window.
All right. Sorry for that. Just 1 second. I will share a PDF. It's maybe easier. Now you see it, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So let's start. So at our university, what we have is like, it's called Lebensphasenhaus. So when we translate this into English, different kind of phases in on a life, and it's in a house. So what is this house? We had a lot of projects, different kind of projects, like with aging people, like old people or disabled people. And this is where many people gathering together, where we have workshops and where we can have a talk or exchange. And the Open Lab was an opportunity for us also to include the students too. And one of the project is what we have right now. It's called the Habila project. And what is the Habila project? So we had the task to find a messenger service for Habila GmbH and its clients, which is like with a data protection compliant and which is also user friendly. And the students have to find out which. So first step is like, what is a messenger service? What is a Habila GmbH? What are the clients? And also what does it mean, data protection? And this is right now the task for the students to find for the Habila GmbH a messenger service. And maybe for you, the Habila GmbH is a social enterprise and their clients are disabled people. And yeah, so this is their job right now to find this kind of thing for them. And also later on to get some questionnaires and also to evaluate the data. Yeah. That's all from our side. Thank you.
Thank you, Gur. Elena, do you want to say a few words before moving to the next?
Yes, sure. So I'm also happy to join the meeting today. Thank you a lot, Ugo Geek, for your presentation about the Habila GmbH and this great initiative at University of Tübingen. So this was the starting point for many more initiatives, which can use this as a basis. For example, there's also an exchange now possible in terms of inclusion for people in all different phases of life. But for example, also for the elderly to find cohabitation in the city. So there's a relation to the whole topic we're discussing during this global CIVIS days, to have mobility possible for all groups, also for people who are not so easy to reach at the moment, also during this COVID pandemic situation. So I'm happy to be part of this initiative of the Open Labs, and I'm glad to see more presentations today.
Thank you very much, Elena. You did an amazing job there. Thank you. So let's move to the next Open Lab. I'm happy to introduce Miss Olivia Willems from Biorama. Olivia, you want to say a few words before the video, or we just display the video? Okay. Let's move then.
Dans le cadre des projets d'action subventionnés par les Open Labs de CIVIS, Biorama a ouvert sa première expérimentation sur le terrain bruxellois, avec un premier projet de sciences participatives. Le 16 octobre 2021 a eu lieu le tout premier BioBlitz organisé par Biorama. Cet événement de recherche et d'action fut un grand succès, tant d'un point de vue scientifique que pour ses rencontres, apprentissages et découvertes. En guise de rappel, un BioBlitz est un inventaire éclair de la biodiversité, réalisé généralement en 24 heures et sur le plus d'espèces possible. Avec nous étaient présents des personnes impliquées dans la préservation de la biodiversité sur le territoire, ainsi qu'un public averti ou simplement curieux. Tous ensemble, depuis le parc de Porte de Halle, nous sommes partis explorer les recoins d'un des quartiers les plus minéralisés de tout Bruxelles. Au détour des rues, nous sommes tombés sur une carotte sauvage, un pigeon sans tête suite au passage d'un faucon pèlerin, un repère de coccinelles asiatiques, des perruches et multitude de plantes sauvages. Grâce à toutes ces observations, un inventaire des espèces introduites a pu être réalisé, comme on peut le voir sur ce graphique. En isolant les espèces invasives et en réalisant des bioblitz de manière fréquente, on pourrait très rapidement imaginer, grâce aux citoyens, partager une carte complète et toujours d'actualité de ces plantes non bénéfiques pour nos écosystèmes. Cet outil pourrait alors être utilisé par les services communaux pour pouvoir les remplacer rapidement par notre flore locale, plus propice à la biodiversité. Réaliser des bioblitz plus ciblés, par exemple à l'échelle de l'ordre ou de la famille, pourrait permettre d'augmenter l'intensité de recherche et de faciliter l'identification, grâce à une formation rapide des participants avant chaque recensement. Ainsi, des bioblitz pourraient être réalisés sur les lichens, les champignons, les pollinisateurs, les oiseaux, ou bien même les coccinelles. On pourrait ainsi connaître la répartition des espèces, les zones les plus propices à leur développement, tout comme les zones moins appréciées. Cette méthode participative est, nous en sommes convaincus, un atout, et ouvre des possibilités et champs d'action pour notre environnement. Pourtant, ces événements sont encore trop peu présents. En effet, ce BioBlitz était le tout premier urbain organisé dans la ville de Bruxelles. De même, la majorité des BioBlitz dans le monde sont organisés dans des réserves naturelles, à la campagne ou bien dans des parcs. Ici, en plus de récolter des données et de reconnecter les citoyens à leur environnement, cet événement a été une véritable expérimentation. La méthode participative a montré ses atouts indéniables, tout comme ses faiblesses. On peut ainsi citer comme à tout, la rapidité de récolte de données, la vérification communautaire ou encore son autosensibilisation efficace. Parmi les points faibles, la difficulté de reconnaissance des oiseaux est évidente, mais aussi les biais liés à la rigueur non scientifique. Le temps d'une matinée, plongé dans nos observations, un tissage de relations avec le vivant qui nous entoure a remplacé un moment la proximité du béton et des voitures. Une sensation nous reliant à ce vivant s'est dégagée pour tous les participants. Impression de campagne, intemporalité, émerveillement, comme en témoignent les commentaires dans le livre d'or. Biorama peut aujourd'hui, grâce aux données récoltées avec les citoyens, explorer les nombreuses possibilités qu'offrent de prochains BioBlitz. D'une part, pour créer plus de reliance entre les humains et le monde du vivant, et d'autre part, pour relier un ensemble d'acteurs engagés dans l'écologie d'un quartier. Ce n'est en effet qu'en prenant conscience de la vie qui nous entoure que l'on pourra construire le monde de demain en accord avec la biodiversité.
Qu'est-ce qui aurait facilité ton expérience?
D'aller moins vite et de moins parler ou de dire petit à petit au lieu de tout dire en un coup parce qu'on perd les pédales.
Merci beaucoup, Lydia. Very nice video and initiative. I think it's a perfect example of how science will contribute to a more sustainable development of our cities. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. So you want to say a few words or no? Not really? Okay, let's move forward then. Yeah, time is fed. So our next speaker is coming from the University of Bucharest, from the Open Lab of Bucharest. I must say that, well, the Open Lab coordinator there, Magdalena Plaris, has played a very important role in the deployment of the network. They followed very tightly our first steps towards the establishment of the Open Lab in Madrid, and they succeeded in a very short period of time. So, and I know how busy Magdalena is. So thank you very much, Magdalena. I don't know if you want to say something before introducing your speaker.
No, just to say thank you, everybody, and thank you, Professor Andreșanu. I'm really happy that we managed 2 Open Lab calls, and we have six projects for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Magdalena. Then I'll give the floor to the speaker, Professor Alessandro Andreșanu, Director of the Geology Department. So he's going to present the project Science for Resilience, and he will share his screen, I think. Alexandru, can you make it?
Please? Yes, I suppose you see my screen. I already shared it. Do you see it?
Okay, yes.
It's okay. Do you see my
Yes.
screen? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It's a great pleasure. And also I'd like to congratulate you for this initiative. I find these open labs are very useful and very interesting. And now seeing the diversity and the international dimension, I'm really impressed. I'd like to congratulate the other colleagues who started or are doing Open Labs project. So as you can see, our project is connected to one area, is connecting university with one area, which is called Hatse Country UNESCO Global Geopark. So it's a territory, a geopark, it's a territory where geological heritage, natural heritage, and cultural heritage are managed together for sustainable development of local communities. That means to connect research with education and planning and different kind of events to preserve the heritage, but also to propose strategies for further development in rural areas. Global geoparks are very interesting. to their economical impact, this kind of territory became a UNESCO program. Among the other ones, it's the youngest UNESCO program adopted in 2015, and it's based on a global network which has 169 territories from 44 countries. It's one of the most dynamic program internationally. And as you can see, there are regional networks. And for Europe, is actually the idea started in France, Germany, and Greece and Spain. So this network has now 81 geoparks from 26 countries, and each territory, it's a territory of sustainable development, and it's evaluated and revalidated, and each territory has very active teams. So as you can see, from Romania, we have till now only one UNESCO Global Geopark. I'm also the director of this geopark, a co-founder of this territory. The territory has 12 municipalities, around 35,000 inhabitants, and 110,000 hectares. And what is very interesting is the only UNESCO Global Geopark managed by a university. It's the University of Bucharest, who started the project 20 years ago and succeed to obtain this UNESCO label and to be part of the network. And now we have a team of University of Bucharest, but also in partnerships with local people, local administration, and we are developing a lot of projects. As you can see, the territory is very rich, has a birth history of 600 million years. There are dwarf dinosaurs, very interesting story, ancient settlements, high biodiversity, and of course the area, it's rural. There is only one small city. So in this context, it was very interesting to have this Open Lab project, because managing a geopark means to have all the time up-to-date scientific data, but also it's very interesting for students to be in contact with real life and to come with their teachers or supervisor in the territory and to see what is happening there, but also to be in contact with local communities. And also for local communities, it's important to be part of this project. As you can see, we developed during the years a network of education. We have one of the most important volunteer program, young people, and a lot of community projects. So as I told you, we need up-to-date scientific data from different fields, and to use them for different purposes, for tourists, for education, for training, and also to enhance local people proudness about to make them to understand their roots and to make them to be proud of that and to keep them and to use them for sustainable development. So in this context, the project fitted very, very well. And we chose 6 academics from different fields and 6 students, actually were more than 6 students, and we did multidisciplinary studies and community talks and presenting to researchers, to students, and also to local people, different heritages. This is cultural heritage, natural heritage here with a professor in biology, and also we had some community talks, presentations of different methods to study the nature and how we can use this data. Of course, we had group meetings, we developed partnerships, local ones and national ones, and we connected this project with other projects like researcher nights and other projects to promote sciences, geosciences among people. So finally, the project will continue. Even the financement will not continue, but the idea will continue, because now we have research reports, we have diploma thesis for students, we are supporting a master. I'm coordinating in geobiology, applied geobiology for nature and cultural conservation. And also we want to extend to other territories. As you can see, there are Hatzegis here, but there are other geoparks under development, and we want to extend that, because these geoparks are like open air universities, and students can see the real life and be in contact with local communities. So as you noticed on the European map, every country partner in CIVIS has geoparks in their territory. So could be an interesting idea to connect CIVIS universities with UNESCO geoparks in each partner country, and also maybe to organize an Open Lab summer school in Romania, geoparks, or in another country. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor Andrasanu. I think you raised a very important point. One of the responsibilities of our network is to find synergies among the different territories through these projects. And in particular, I think your project has a lot of to do with many others in the network right now. So I for sure encourage you to explore those possibilities, because it's
I'll be lucky to be in contact, and because we have good partnerships with all geoparks in Europe, we have cooperation. So every partner university within CIVIS can be in contact with this geopark, because all of them needs scientific research, and also the synergy, as you mentioned, it's very important. We are cooperating a lot, but could be very interesting to have these two networks of cooperation, the geoparks and the universities. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's move to the Open Lab in Athens. As I said, we have here the Open Lab coordinator, but I'm happy to give the floor to the speaker from there, Ms. Karitini Petrodaskalaki from Mission Anthropos, and she's going to present the project Improving Life of Seniors. She has a video, but I don't know if Karitini, if you want to say something first.
Bonjour Bruxelles, hello everybody, good morning. And I don't have anything to add. I hope you will enjoy the video and you will find our project interesting. We're very happy to be part of the Open Labs project. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Let's go ahead.
One of the main problems of senior citizens is isolation and loneliness. In 2018, the NGO Mission Anthropos implemented a primary healthcare program in non-profit care homes for seniors in Athens. During our field visits, we realized firsthand the lack of communication and companionship that the seniors were experiencing. Thus, we mobilized high school students, created the program together with grandpa and grandma, regularly keeping company to the seniors for the last 3 years. Confinement as a result of the pandemic only deteriorated the usual geriatric syndromes, while intensifying the feelings of isolation, depression, and lack of desire to live. Mission Anthropos, in collaboration with the Medical School of the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, a CIVIS partner university, designed the program Improving the Lives of Seniors. The program will bring together universities and civic society within the context of Open Lab activities. It focuses on breaking the isolation of seniors residing permanently in care homes, while empowering the staff working there. Seniors will be mobilized and encouraged to actively participate in various activities designed by the high school students through regular digital meetings. Caregivers will benefit from the students and staff of the postgraduate program, updating their knowledge on the prevention and treatment of well-defined geriatric syndromes. The postgraduate volunteer students will meet with the caregivers online and address their concerns, implementing their course knowledge and putting it into use in the form of service learning. By the end of the program, a good practices guideline will be created and will be offered online free of charge. The Charitable Foundation will fund most of the program's expenses. Our project will put together all participants in a productive exchange of knowledge, experiences, ideas, and good practices in scientific development.
Thank you very much, Karitini. I think it's a very, very important project. also inside the Open Labs and connect also the issues of our seniors with the capabilities that the Open Labs have to alleviate some of their issues. So thank you very much for your contribution. We're running out of time, so we're going to move quickly to the Madrid Open Lab. I'd like to mention before that, well, the Open Lab coordinator, I don't know if he's around. I knew that he has some issues with the agenda. Javier, are you there? No? Okay, if not, I'd like to highlight the role of Javier Baena, the Open Lab coordinator there, to implement the Open Lab back in 2020 and work with all of us in that. He did a very important job to make it possible. And one of the outputs that the Open Lab had was the very nice project that is going to present today, José Antonio Herrera, who is a member of the City Council of Follo de Manzanares, and is going to present the project linked to the Madrid Open Lab Circular Cities. So, José Antonio, please go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. First, I think I'm the right speaker here, a city councilor and a stakeholder at the Open Lab Madrid. And I'd like to introduce you and thank the University Leader of yourselves. Very grateful to be here. Can you listen to me?
Let's see if this works.
I don't want to forget anything, so tell you our project is trying to reach to local people in waste management, considering most of the territory is a biosphere reserve, like in Hungary. Is Hungary or no? The Alexander's from Romania. Romania, like the UNESCO said, is learning places for sustainable development. So therefore, it's the right place for testing interdisciplinary approaches and interactions between social and ecological systems. In this way, the project tries to involve all social levels, but focusing on early stages like school and involving groups, families, local authorities, support materials, continuous learning, and media information on technical advices brought by CIVIS Open Lab University on a regular basis. A master's degree student will work on field studies for a new waste management contract and new green employment profiles. So as a rural area specifically, green waste counts as many as 60 or 70% of total solid waste. So composting becomes a real contribution to the environment, lowering carbon dioxide footprint, and opens the gate to circular economy on future urban orchards managed by local people. From my vision, knowledge is the key to lead the change to circular economy. And university, I think, is the place where knowledge lies and must play a main role and get close to people if we want to success. So thank you very much, and you're more welcome to visit.
Thank you very much. Your project is a clear example of how the public administrations can help actually to connect also the Open Labs with the citizenship through many channels, you know. So thank you very much for your support to the project and the Open Lab in particular. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. Thank you very much. So last but not least, we have the Open Lab from La Sapienza. As I said before, we have the coordinator here, Andrea Riccio, and I'm happy to introduce the speakers for the project Seminati, Exploring Biodiversity Through Urban Gardens. And it's going to be presented by Paola De Santis and Miss Silvia Cioli. First one from the Alliance of Biodiversity International and the second one from Zapata Romana. Please, Paola, Silvia, there's a video, but I don't know if you want to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. I think we can watch the video, should be self-explanatory. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for your contribution.
The project is to train and inform local urban farmers on how they can better use agricultural biodiversity in their urban farms. We'll be helping them assess what diversity is available through the app called DITAR, the Diversity Assessment App for Agricultural Biodiversity and Resilience. We will be helping them to do seed multiplication, creating compost, and showing how all this can improve productivity in urban gardens.
So why a project in Rome about agrobiodiversity? Well, to start with, Rome has more than 200 urban gardens where the urban citizens, volunteers involved in these projects are looking forward to learning about sustainability, to learning about how to make cities more sustainable. This project has international partners and local Roman partners, and this gives us the great opportunity of making a bridge, an exchange, a network of information among local farmers and international farmers.
Well, thank you very much to both. I think it's a very nice example again of the possibilities of our network. I think we are close to the end. We actually are in time to say thank you very much to all of you for attending today and see an example of what the network can build for the citizenship. And well, we are here to work for you. If you have any ideas, initiatives, you know where the contact points are. The Open Lab coordinator can help to identify how to build new projects, new initiatives that can impact in our territory in the best way. Thank you very much.